Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. In today's video, I'll digest yesterday's performance versus OGC Nice. Obviously, it was not that great of a performance, and I wanted to go into detail on some reasons why we lost this game, and then, yeah, pretty much just explain how it went. So, first of all, let's look at the lineup. Obviously, this was the lineup for Paris Saint-Germain coming up against Nice, and we already had two main issues. First of all, Danilo Pereira and Milan Skriniar playing alongside each other. Individually, both are great centre-backs that I'm very happy playing for Paris Saint-Germain, but not together because they are way too similar. They have the same weaknesses, and it was too easy for Tarek Moffi. It was absolutely too easy for Tarek Moffi. He's an athletic, fast attacker, and this is his game. Like, this is what he's best at, using his pace against not the fastest defenders. If we had a Marquinhos or a Lucas played as a center back, they could be on Moffi and he wouldn't do what he did yesterday. But that was the big weakness. That was the first and big weakness. But the second one was Warren Zaire-Emery and Vitinha. The entire summer, I've always felt they're not good enough to be starters. They gotta be depth, and those are great depth. When players are missing, they can start. But the issue here was they started. They both started, and it was not great because for me, the issue yesterday was moving the ball from the middle. Like, the entire game, it was for Dembele and Kylian Mbappe to try to do some stuff on the wings, either one-twos or dribbling past an opponent, because the midfielders did not do anything to help out the defenders, including Donnarumma, to get the ball from the defense to the attack. As you can see many times here, Vitinha, Warren, and Soler, they're just on separate islands. They don't want the ball. They're too scared to get the ball. They're cowards. And in this instance, I'm going to show you what I wanted them to do. Vitinha here drops beautifully, gets the ball, drives it up this way, up until Hakimi, and Paris Saint-Germain creates a counter-attack. This is what I want the midfielders to do all the time. It's simple football. You go to the back line, you go to the defenders, get the ball, drive it up. Warren Zaire-Emery and Vitinha, that's their biggest strength. Driving with the ball from the defense to the attack. That shouldn't be that hard for them to do. And Lucho, I'm also looking at you because you are the manager, and these are young players. Warren Zaire-Emery is 17 and sure, Vitinha is 23, but still extremely inexperienced for his age. After that, we have to talk obviously about Gianluigi Donnarumma. We know what Lucho wants to do in this system. We know how he wants Paris Saint-Germain to play, and our goalkeeper not being comfortable with the ball at his feet is a huge weakness. I mean, this was just one instance, obviously, again, Soler and Warren Zaire-Emery on complete separate islands, and Donnarumma here with a suicidal ball to Lucas Hernandez. But listen, this is a thing that we need to fix as soon as possible, all right? This has nothing to do with Gianluigi Donnarumma as a shot-stopping goalkeeper. It's all about him with the ball at his feet. It's that simple. Like, if he can't do that, why are we wasting our time? It's much better making Arnau Tenas our main goalkeeper now than waiting for Donnarumma to just keep on making mistakes. Again, the game he had yesterday, it wasn't the worst. Sure, he conceded 3 goals, but I can only blame the third goal for him. But for me, this is an issue I've seen in every PSG game. The mistake versus Arsenal. Now this, like, I don't know what Lucho's waiting for. I think Lucho's waiting for Donna to have the ball at his feet. An attacker comes, presses him, and scores a goal for him to drop him. I love Donna. I've always wanted him to succeed. But first of all, this is his 3rd season at the club, and he's still underwhelming. And second of all, the ball at his feet is not going to become better. It's not going to progress. Let it go. I've let it go for a long time now. And now it's time for Lucho to do the same. You're not disrespectful on benching Donna. You're disrespectful to Paris Saint-Germain when you keep on starting him knowing that he's not your preferred goalkeeper. Don't be scared, Lucho. But again, I don't know how much power Lucho has at this club if he can make a decision like this. And lastly, if we're talking individually, Ousmane Dembele had a huge stinker yesterday. Huge stinker. First of all here, just a nonchalant back pass, Melvin Bard intercepts it. And then let's talk about his dribbling, because that's his main attribute. Everybody can give up excuses. He's never been a good goal scorer. Even playmaking wise, he's very inconsistent. But dribbling wise, that should be his game. He had 1 out of 5 dribblings completed yesterday versus Nice. That is woeful. That is woeful and completely unacceptable. But Lucha's still gonna start him versus Dortmund, which I don't understand why. Again, big chance here. Mbappe to Ramos. Obviously, here I wanted Ramos to shoot it directly. Ramos took a bad touch, but then beautiful pass to Ousmane Dembele. And Ousmane Dembele just sliced it. And again, obviously the big chance. Mbappe feeds Dembele. Gonçalo is open. Dembele, instead of giving the pass, he's going for the shot and he goes completely wide. Like, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. But I'm definitely shocked by his dribbling game. And if Ousmane Dembele can drop this kind of performance and still start for Paris Saint-Germain, we have huge problems. We have gigantic problems. If a player can drop this kind of a stinker and still start, we have Barcola, we have Colomani. Sure, Asensio's injured. Sure, Kang Lee's with the Asian Games. But we have players. And when he doesn't put in a performance, the right thing from Lucha to do is drop him and say, this was unacceptable. I'm going to let someone else play and make Dembele think about the mistakes he made. Because that's the only way he's going to understand that he can't be doing this. He can't. Let's take a look at Nice chances. Because listen, sure, Nice scored 3 goals, but they were extremely clinical. This was one chance. This was their goal. This was very lucky for us here. Lotomba missing this big chance. Again, the goal. And obviously the third, Vitinha here making a mistake. Dona saves it. And obviously the lost goal. But again, I didn't think Nice were that threatening. I just rewatched the entire game. Nice were just extremely clinical from the chances they had. They were just extremely clinical. Sometimes you come up against oppositions which are extremely clinical. But again, who do I question here? I question my team. I question my attackers. Why aren't we clinical? I'm looking at you, Ousmane Dembele. And I'm going to look now at Kylian Mbappe. Because listen, Mbappe scored 2 goals yesterday. 2 great goals. I don't want to take anything away from the 2 goals. But in general, his all-around performance, now that I've just rewatched the entire game, there are some question marks. Obviously, he just came back from an injury, so that could be an invalid excuse. But many times, the runner on the left side, especially Lucas Hernandez, Mbappe was like, no. Because here, if he feeds Lucas continues to run, puts in a cross, who knows what Gonçalo could do. Again, Lucas wants the run. Mbappe doesn't give it to him. Again, Hakimi now makes the run. Mbappe doesn't want to give it to him, which again could be an easy tap-in for Gonçalo. So I completely don't understand why Mbappe is going inside all the time. Here, again, going for the shot when you have 3 players available in the box you could just pass to, and I know Mbappe can do even better. So I thought there was some issues with Kylian Mbappe. Again, Lucas here absolutely open here on the left side, but Mbappe goes for the hero shot and completely misses it. And obviously we cannot forget about his mistake that led to the first goal. And obviously lost here, Danilo, great long ball to Kylian Mbappe and takes a bad touch. Listen, Mbappe scored 2 goals, but I expect much more from Kylian Mbappe, the best player in the world. Kylian Mbappe, I know you can perform better. I'm not mad, but I just want to criticize you on the stuff I want to criticize you on. Because those runs that Lucas was making the entire game, if you had fed him and he put in a ball for Gonçalo, who knows what could have happened. We need different styles of scoring goals, not just you cutting inside. And stop cutting inside and giving to midfielders. They're not going to do anything. They can't create. They can't create. And Mbappe and Dembele this game, dribbling wise, 1 out of 3 dribbles completed, 1 out of 5 completed dribbles, 2 completed dribbles for our wingers yesterday. 2. And even playmaking wise, they were not good enough. And lastly, I want to look at the rest of the PSG chances. Obviously, here was the beautiful Mbappe first goal, beautiful there. Second chance here, Hakimi, cross to Ramos. Ramos again, low in confidence, does not convert the header. Here it was actually beautiful low cross here from Dembele actually. Gonçalo lets it go for Mbappe, but Soler comes out of nowhere and takes it. Should not be doing that. Should not be doing that. Soler should be understanding that Mbappe is going to get the ball. And lastly, the goal here, Hakimi to Kolo. Kolo takes a touch over the top. Mbappe, absolutely beautiful finish. Absolutely beautiful finish. But to end off this review, to end off this recap, why Paris Saint-Germain lost to Nice? I think there are many factors. First of all, Luis Enrique. The Danilo screener thing, we saw it in preseason in one game, and I think we conceded 2 or 3 goals in that game. It did not look great. It did not look great. The midfield, why is Soler still playing minutes? Like, I hate Sherendor, but give him the minutes. Give him Ethan Mbappe minutes. Play a 4-2-4. Just don't put him on the pitch. I don't know how many garbage performances Soler has to give us until the manager's like, all right, I'm done with this player. I don't know why it's so hard. I don't know why it's so hard. Does he have your nudes, Lucho? Did they have Galtier's nudes? Like, does Soler have every single manager's nudes? Because that's the only logical explanation I have for him starting. And then, Kylian Mbappe and Dembele, playmaking-wise, dribbling-wise from the wide areas was definitely not good enough. Definitely not good enough. It needs to be improved for the upcoming games. And the midfield, Vitinha and Warren. You gotta stop being scared of getting the ball. Come on, be confident. I'm telling you this, and I'm telling this to Lucho, because Lucho is the guy that should be telling you guys this. That's been it. Paris Saint-Germain versus Nice review. Hopefully, Paris Saint-Germain come back with a strong reaction versus Dortmund this Tuesday. And as usual, allez, Paris.